something magical. It's in the air, it's in my blood, it's rushing on. I don't need no reason, don't need control. I fly so high, no ceiling when I'm in my zone. Cause I got that sunshine in my pocket, got that good soul in my feet. I feel that hot blood in my body when it drops. Ooh, I can't take my eyes off of it, moving so phenomenally. You're more like the way we rock it, so don't stop, stop, stop. Lights when everything goes, nowhere to hide when I'm getting too close. When we move where you already know, so just imagine. Nothing I can see but you when you dance, dance, dance. Feel the good creeping up on you, so just dance, dance, dance. Come on, all those things I shouldn't do, but you dance, dance, dance. And ain't nobody leaving, so keep dancing.
Where's my rubber stick? I think Holly Clark took it. Remember last time she was here?
Oh yeah, she did take it. All right, well, Tommy found his rubber chicken thanks to Ron Nala.
He's in this race.
He is in this race. We're going to go through the starting lineup as fast as we can here. And we're also going to be welcoming another person into the announce booth. We just heard from him a minute ago. But Tommy, starting lineup. Tanner Hudson starting on the pole with the 20. See, this is my question. Is the 20 Robert? I already don't believe.
Jagger Jones.
I know, but look right there. It's no, don't look now. They updated it.
The number 8 of Jeffrey Peterson and the 7 of Andrew Porter.
I'm going to let you do the starting lineup because you already gave me shade for interviewing him earlier and not knowing.
You should have known. He would have told
Who's in row number 3?
I was just looking up and Andrew had an issue there. The number 19, that is Dallas Leninger, and just outside the number 2 truck. That one's seated.
Always is for us.
Austin Barco. Perfect. Because we've done the letter thing. Okay, anyways, we've got our mixed class of spec racers, the spec trucks, and the pro trucks for 40 laps, the final race, exhibition style, as we get ready to go to mix them up and go race it.
As we get ready to go green, welcome Jason Galvin up here with us alongside Dean Thompson, Tommy, myself. This is my favorite class of all.
The wildest.
Wildest. Are you a professional announcer now? I'm trying to be. I have some contact with Fox. Perfect. Tommy and I are going to see how long we can not talk during this race. And have you
no, you guys are good. Tanner Huddleston has got a wicked fast race car, but Jagger Jones is rolling to his outside. He's got a wicked fast race car. These guys teams are leading the pack, but we got 2 trucks right behind them, 3 trucks.
Now,
4
Dean,
trucks, 5 trucks, 6 trucks.
Okay, Dean, now you're just counting. You're just counting at this point.
Well, the battle for the lead is continuing on. Jagger Jones on the outside, Tanner Huddleston on the inside.
This is awesome.
I think Swampy Marsh might have hit the wall. He's going to do it again over turn 4.
Jagger Jones got to the inside. This exit a little bit. I think it's hard for you to come off the corner. You can see he's got a bigger run down the backstretch.
And as Tommy said, the 55 with a lot of damage. So Swampy Marsh is going to pull that car to the infield. The battle for the lead continues, not just for the spec light models, kind of for the trucks. So those are technically 2 different types of trucks. We got pro trucks, we got spec trucks. But the cars are racing cars, so that part's easy.
Absolutely. Now, I don't believe we're going to see a green flag much longer.
No.
Swampy Marsh is in a pretty ugly spot.
Jeffrey Peterson just sent that truck down to the bottom, and it's made a lot of ground now. He perfected that, the apron. Remember when he went down here back in 2021? Oh, yeah.
Oh, turn number 3. It's going nuts right here tonight. But we're still green. We're still green.
For those that don't know, our yellow light button isn't working anymore.
We threw it out.
As I was saying, when I was racing down here regularly, the bottom, the apron, was never really a big deal.
I was going to ask you that because when I was in the booth up here, nobody could.
That's the leader of the
No,
pack
not
right there.
never. It's talking down now. Maybe in qualifying.
So, towards the tail end of my run here, the late models and super lates figured out how to make like one hero run in qualifying on the bottom, and that was it.
And I think it was just because of the tire wear, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
It was super interesting. I mean, Winnie White is the one that coined it.
I don't think that car is going to make it. For the record.
I don't think so.
This needs a new tire.
It's only flat on the
wheel
bottom.
and suspension.
It's just flat on the bottom,
Alright.
guys. Well, you can see, I mean, you can see all the concrete in the rear wheel. I mean,
It's
just
lining up a little bit.
Listen,
Right?
We're laying it down.
Listen, everybody says they're going to take a souvenir with them tonight. Swampy's just taking
He
it off
did.
the track.
I'm gonna give him credit. He waited for the tow truck to get there, but now he is driving himself off of the track.
He's courteous. Except for not the jam.
In true race car style, park it until caution comes out. I know
Well,
until it fires up.
You've never done that.
I'm gonna have
never.
I'm gonna have Sarah keep following Swampy though if she can, because we could see some pit stop action.
There you go.
The race might not be done for them. Sure the car is damaged, but can they fix
I'm
it?
pretty
enough
sure
to run laps?
this pit stop's gonna be them going to the right side of it and going.
Nah.
Yeah, I think you're good. As in not good.
These S2 cars can be resilient.
I don't think he's going to make it.
Oh, we got a muscle car.
But I love your optimism.
I tried.
Like nothing has taken you down in these 25 years of Irwindale.
Well, you know what has been taken down? 25 years of back straightaway wall paint.
We have been through a couple layers of that.
I've funded the painter here for a while.
Have you?
Yeah. I put him in business a good amount.
Well, tough break for Swampy. Something happened on the back straightaway. I looked up for a split second and he was bouncing off the wall. And so it was a pretty big impact there.
So, Jason, you joining us in here, we get a little bit more of a longer term
Jeffrey.
conversation with you. I'm sure there's too many to count, but are there any Irwindale Speedway stories that come to your mind?
Ones I can tell?
Yes, specifically. But if you want to tell any you can't tell, I don't think
Tonight's the night?
I mean, what are they
I
going
don't
to do?
know. I was going to say, you know, the one night when we were still creating what is now the skid plate division.
Yeah.
Yes.
And the three of us plus the audio guy next to me plus a couple other people that we won't throw under the bus decided to come out here on a Thursday while they were drag racing.
We did do that.
And destroy a couple of them.
We sure did,
And then
And now
didn't
the general manager's daughter's car.
Correct. Correct. And Michael A. came over and said, what are you guys doing?
we? Yeah, because he
Nothing?
said, because to quote Mike, I heard a cannonball go off, and I came to check out why, and Tommy and I were sitting there with cars half the length of what they were. Yeah, thank you for bringing that one up. I forgot about that one.
My wife was my girlfriend at the time, was a nurse, looked at me and goes, do you think I should go check on them? I said, I think they're okay.
They have pretty hard heads. Well, we're getting ready to go back to racing. 5 laps in to this 40-lapper for the spec racers, and we are green.
Back to racing we go.
And we're going to go 3 wide.
Why not? Peterson's down at the bottom.
He is the most aggressive bottom feeder. As Tanner pushes Jagger out to the lead.
Oh, to the bumper he gives it.
That's a good move by Tanner. Those cars move a lot faster than Australia than the trucks do.
You know who I also think might be a sleeper tonight? That 28 of Jeff Williams. He's been dealing with extra weight,
Yes.
and we do like to clarify, not on his body, but he has had a bit of a weight penalty that he's been dealing with. But I'm wondering if tonight's the night where he accidentally forgot to put that on.
I think they accidentally forgot to tech tonight, didn't they?
I hope so.
I hope so. Let it all go.
But I know that he's looking to get that truck back to victory lane.
All right, I'm going to have Sarah try to find us the 3 wide battle. There we go. Trevor, let's talk 97-78 right now.
Those two crashed yesterday in the same wreck. Very unfortunate. They share the same last name, and I think both of them didn't know which one on the script was supposed to crash, so they both did it.
Jacob and Lucas were racing down into turn number 3, hit that dew on the outside of turn 3, and they both crashed. Great work by that team to get these trucks back together.
Yeah, not just one truck, but both trucks with at least some significant cosmetic damage, but they were able to get it done. Nice work to that team. Unfortunately, we did lose another truck yesterday, that being 13 of Hunter.
Yes. All right, so Dean, what you're seeing right now, these trucks and cars have the same style in the Hoosier 970s that you'll be racing in the pro lane. Are you seeing anything that can carry over to your race?
I'm watching where the speed they gain at the bottom, how much they gain on exit, right? Because the rubber can really upset the grip of the tires. So a lot of the time, the truck will send it in on the bottom, but the truck's a lot more center speed. So it's kind of deceiving, almost, what they do. But it looks like, when I'm watching Tanner right here, pull up on Jagger, it looks like Jagger has a little bit more lack of grip on exit, so it gains ground for Tanner on the bottom more than usual.
All right, Jason, this one's for you. Remember when we saw Tanner get his career in racing in bandoleros, and he stopped instantly because he hated it, and he was a failure. He's a champion now.
He was a failure.
When he got out and said, hate this.
He did. That's exactly what he did.
Literally did. Yeah.
To be fair, he actually worked with us for a couple of years and then realized it could be worse, so he got back into the car.
Wow, grass is not always greener, Dad. You were right.
All right, so the pressure for the Huddleston, early Tanner Huddleston right now, his brother won the ARCA exhibition, right? So now naturally Tanner is going to want to help maybe sweep the night of racing.
Well, he's going to have to get by Jagger Jones to do it.
And Jagger, who comes out of stock car racing retirement, is now leading in a car that's won this thing before, driving for Robert Arevalo, who's also in this race. But Andy Partridge, crew chief on this 20 car, so it's a pretty good match going on.
Now, there's a story here. The last time that we saw this series racing, the driver in the 20 we thought was Andy Partridge. It ended up not being Andy because when we looked down, Andy was walking through the grandstands. We're like, who the heck's driving this car? We realized it was Ryan Partridge. But just prior to that moment, Ryan had accidentally caused a pretty gnarly wreck. So Tommy goes and yells that he's a dork over our broadcast. So he's called Ryan Partridge.
I've called him that a couple times.
He's a leader as well.
Just funny thing about Ryan Partridge, I was thinking this earlier when we were doing the autograph session, right? So I was sitting down there, I was just kind of taking it all in. This place has been pretty cool to the three of us for sure, right?
Yeah.
Team for that matter too. And I realized the first interview of my professional race broadcasting career happened right here with Ryan Partridge. The first time he won on the big track.
Oh, really?
In a heat race in Steve Latina's Spectra.
Wow.
I am so impressed you remember that.
That's
If someone
very
asked
good
me who
then.
my first interview
Right.
was, I'd be like, I have no idea.
And I don't know why that came to me, but it did. And that was the night that you guys called me when I was coming out here to work on Dennis Burton's late model.
That's right,
And
yeah.
said, hey, bring nice clothes. We need an announcer tonight.
So, since we're talking shop with you, Jason, that is a very true story. You were wrenching.
Yeah.
You were a mechanic in the garage, the pit area, and we kind of knew you knew what you're doing on a microphone. And DeFazio and everybody else called us and said, "What are we going to do?" And I said, "Let's call Jason."
And I was leaving my house. And I turned around and got nice clothes, set the car up for the race, came over here, handed me a microphone, went down there, did the interviews for the trophy dashes. Ryan Partridge won that race. I think the first weekend that Ryan drove for Steve in that truck, won that race, and then came up here and called a legend race while Larry and Ashton spewed all over me.
That did happen. R.I.P.
Rest his
Larry
soul.
Nash. Yeah. What great times you two had in the booth up here.
Yeah, we had a few. And Flanders as well.
Absolutely.
Well,
All right.
there's 19 laps to go. Good night, everybody.
Too soon.
But there's 19 laps to go. It's the perfect time to do it.
Front straightaway, Jeff. We're going into turn number 1. We've got a 4-pack happening, and this has been a battle lately.
Yeah, these 4 haven't been able to break away from each other. Peterson in the 8, he's got Porter in the number 7. McNeil in the 97, that's a significant race because that's a battle for the spec truck lead. And they're leaning on each other.
They are going to be leaning. Andrew wants this one as bad as McNeil does. Who's it going to be with 18 laps to go?
Can you believe Kenny Smith snuck into this race?
I can.
Yeah, me too.
I have a story to tell. I was talking to Kenny Smith.
Every good
yesterday.
story starts with
Yeah.
I was talking to Kenny Smith yesterday, and I told him I have one grudge I've always had here in Irwindale, and I'll always remember this whenever I come here. Is that I raced, I think, 4 S2 races, and Kenny Smith beat me at all of them. It was always a 1-2 finish, and I was so frustrated because him and the High Point deal wanted to be develop me and move me on to late models, right? And I had unfinished business in S2s, but they were ready for me to move to late models, and I was not ready to move to late models because I wanted to beat Kenny. Never got that back.
Yeah, but also Jason might not know is the last time that Dean got on microphone was the race that ended
Trouble turn
his
number
career.
2. 19 goes around. Sorry to interrupt.
Well, don't worry. Because I had a follow-up to that when I was going to say, I'm putting quotations, ended Kenny Smith's racing career until tonight.
Well,
Now, Kenny was ready to get back into the car. In fact, yeah, this is actually Kenny's return. You You know
I
what?
ended it
Now I'm
and started
realizing
it.
this
Is this his retirement race times 2?
Yeah, this is he hasn't been in the car since Dean was last on the microphone. So he's not going to race unless you're on the
you're
microphone,
right.
Dean. Or
Hey.
maybe vice versa. Maybe this crew chief's like, hey,
Well, I didn't tell you guys, not only Jan called me, but Kenny called me.
did he?
No.
Oh. Well, I was going to say, what was he going to say? Don't come, please.
Dallas climbing out of that truck, so you can see the damage. He smacked
yeah.
the wall.
Yeah, he smacked the wall.
So the 19 truck, and we do have the drone up. I don't know if it
Oh,
might have
yeah.
caught anything.
I'm just now looking.
I don't want to see a car doing a burnout. If I see a car doing a burnout, I'm gonna beat his fucking
So
ass.
bummer end for the number 19, smacking the wall over in turn number 2. This is going to be a bit of a lengthy yellow with 15 laps to go.
This is going to give Tanner a good chance to catch back up to Jagger. He pushed him to the lead, and
Laps to go.
I thought it was a good deal because he pushed him up to the lead. Go find him yourself, not have all the other cars around you. But Jagger just kind of drove away.
So we're gonna see the tail end of the crash. Might not see anything, but we're on Sarah's replay shot, and I think it's happening right about now. Let's see. I'll just go full regular.
This would have been a very long slow motion. And as you
Yeah, we'd run a whole lap.
All right, so we're yelling. Yeah, so you see at the top of the screen, and that's
Wow,
the nerve-wracking
that was
moment.
much
yeah.
closer than it needed to be.
Fuck the cars. Fuck
We've
the
seen worse
cars.
here.
This is a truck race,
Not today.
motherfuckers.
Oh, yes, we